Hi everyone, back today with another video. This one is just about lovers in the air and a couple of ways you can make gold doing that. So there are, of course, pets and mounts and toys you can buy from the Lovers in the Air Festival, and some of those sell for quite well. And I'll show you at the end of the video how much they're listing for. Keep in mind, how much they're listing for is not always how much they sell for, but that's just how much they're going for right now. The bonus with the Lovers in the Air Festival for dedicated gold farmers is that the love tokens they require a bit of effort to get, and they're not easy. It's not like it can take just a couple of minutes. So a lot of people who want these pets are not going to go through that kind of effort to get them. So not everybody. Some people will do it on their own, but for the most part, there's going to be a whole group of people who are interested in these pets and toys, but don't want to go through the questing that needs to happen to get the little tokens. So there are these daily quests you can do every day, and that gets you about, I think, 30-ish tokens. But there's also a quest chain that you're given initially, and it has you run around in Stormwind and find the suspicious boxes, and then it sends you to Shadowfang Keep. And I show you how I do that in the end here, and that gives you quite a lot of tokens initially. Like I had enough to buy one of every pet and list it on the auction house, and that's what I've done. So that didn't take me very long there. I am getting faster queues maybe than some other people because I have the ability to do that as a healer. But aside from that, it should be pretty quick for everybody. Some of the daily quests you do for this are actually quite fun. I really like the panda quests. He sends you to go do things like take a nap, which I thought was fun. And you have to wake up this other guy to get it out of bed so you can sleep there instead of picking the empty bed. There's just like a whole lot of that's a lot of fun. So if you're thinking about maybe getting these pets to sell them or just for yourself, think about doing the quests instead of buying them if you can. I know that's probably shooting myself in the foot a bit there because I'm the person selling them, but the quests are a lot of fun. You do also get the tokens from the dungeon. You can do that once a day for the tokens, but I've done that twice now, and I found that I'm only getting like 7 to 8 tokens at the end from the boss drop. It's definitely contributing, and I think I can only get it once from the little love heart box a day, so it's not like it's farmable in that sort of way. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't think you can just do that dungeon on repeat to collect the tokens you need. There's also the Artisans Consortium out the front of the Lovers in the Air Fair, and you can, in exchange for gold, I think it's 1,000 or 10,000 gold or something like that. There are layers, and they'll mail you the tokens every day that you put in that donation. From a gold farming perspective, that's not the best idea because I think you'll be spending a lot more on the tokens being mailed to you than you will make from selling the things you get from the tokens. But that is also an option for people who are not interested in going through all of the effort to collect the pets. So I think it's important to keep all of that in mind when you're considering selling the pets because depending on the price and things that you're listing this for, there is a workaround for people who want the low effort approach. So you do need to consider less than 10,000 gold, I think. You do see I list one at 80,000 gold, and I was just copying what the people before me had done without really thinking about it. And it could potentially sell for that much later on, but I cannot see it selling for that much when somebody can hand in 10,000 gold right now and get, I think it's 10 lovers in the air things a day. So it just really depends on the transition for that. So it's an option there if you're not a gold farmer and you're looking to get these pets and toys. But if you are a gold farmer, definitely do the quests. It's possible you could make gold buying the tokens and holding on to the pets until everybody's kind of the people are selling them and it's thinned out. But I think you would be taking a risk. So it's just up to you, I suppose, if how you want to invest your time there. So initially, I ignored the extra quest you get where you have to go scout the things, and I don't know what happened. I think I just didn't realize I picked it up. So that I think it gives you about 100 tokens at the end. So you definitely want to go do that. I found that while I was doing that, it does send you have to fly around. It's not too far, but you are doing some flying. And I just AFK'd and went and made a coffee. So just prepare for that. And don't do what I did. I did a whole lot of dying. I just wasn't using my thinky bits prior to the coffee, I think. So use the bomb he gives you to complete the quest. Don't just run into them Leroy Jenkins style and hope you'll make it to the end, especially if you're a clothy, because I didn't. So just a heads up there. So basically, you just fly around and you exploit these little perfume boxes that they're all stashing that's got the toxic perfume in it, if you're following and paying attention to the quest chain. And then you go and hand it back into the guy who sent you, the little goblin that sent you on this quest. And then he sends you into the dungeon, at the Lovers in the Air dungeon. And you just complete that and you hand it back in at Stormwind. So, or I suppose the Horde version of that. So don't do what I did where I chilled out the front for no reason while I was waiting for the dungeon to pop. You can go do your other things because he's going to send you back to Stormwind anyway. The dungeon's really easy. You can basically roll your face on the keyboard and get through it. Even as a healer that forgot to switch into healer until you were in the dungeon. And then when you switched into healer, you had no mana. Guilty face. So my bad there. Sorry if you were one of the people who ended up in that dungeon group with me. We survived, but it wasn't the smoothest. So even with that outright fail, we still got through the group just fine. It's just three bosses technically, all clustered together at the beginning. Don't stand in the stuff. I know I do in the video, but don't do what I did. It's just not good for the group. I just excel at standing in the stuff. If you've watched my delve videos, you know I'm exceptionally good at that. Like I said, I've done this dungeon twice now. Both times I got the same neck piece. I don't know if it gives anything worthwhile. Let me know in the comments if you've got something from these bosses that's been worth it. Like, is there a chance for anything other than the same neck piece on loop? So yeah, it's not worth. I mean, if you're gearing an alt, it probably is. But as a max level character, unless you're here for the tokens, it's really, I don't think, worth doing. Just while we're watching me stand in all the stuff, I wanted to say, if you're interested in getting content like this easy early, like my mini goblins do, consider signing up to the membership. There's a link in the description if you're interested. But my mini goblins get these videos before everybody else, a couple of days before everybody else, so they can make the most out of these gold farms before everybody's doing them. So we've just watched me fail my way through that dungeon, and we still did just fine. Now I'm going to go back to Stormwind and hand in the quest. Hopefully we all know how to hand in quests by now. And near the quest giver is the vendor. So far I've bought all of the pets, or at least all of the pets I could see. I might have missed one. Let me know in the comments if I did. All of the pets I could see, and they were all sellable. So I was able to put the two that were soulbound in a cage. They turned out to be battle pets, so hopefully that goes in our favor here, because if they are good ones, it could be worth stocking up on those. So they were really easy to buy. And remember, when you get those soulbound battle pets, you do need to learn them and put them in a cage before you can put them on the auction house, just in case that question pops up again. I just wanted to take a moment to say clicky clicky on that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's free for you and super helpful for this channel. It lets the algorithm know who else to show this to. So thank you to all the people who have already done it. So as far as I can tell, the mount is warbound, so you can't sell it. And you can only use it during the fair. So it's up to you. If that's something you really want, that's awesome. Go get it. But just so you know, to have a look at those things before you buy it, because it seems like you can only use it during a limited time and you definitely can't sell it. So I just give you a quick look at the pets here so you can decide. Maybe you know more about battle pets than I do, so you can decide which one's more valuable. I'll go put them on the auction house so you can see what they're listing for on my server at least. Like I said, one of those is probably listing for too much because it only cost me 40 tokens to buy, which means it will only cost somebody 40,000 gold to have those tokens mailed to them, and I listed it for 80,000. It's possible you'll get an oblivious person who just clicks buy, but I think during the fair, listing it for more than that, you're probably just going to be listing it on repeat. I would love to be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong, but that's my thoughts on that. So if these pets sell at these levels, I'll make about 100,000 gold, and it only took me about 30 minutes, 40 minutes if you count the flying, and I got distracted with my coffee. If you count that time there, it's really not a lot of time, and it's a lot of gold. The thing is, with these types of pets, you will spend a lot of time relisting it, unless you're on a high population server, I guess, and you've got a lot of demand. You will spend a lot of time relisting these things. You just need to be patient. They do sell. It just takes a while. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, remember, girls don't play WoW.